Hi guys, Cindy the Scrapologist here. Thanks again for coming back to my channel. I'm doing a video today on how to make pockets for the front and back covers of your junk journals. This is a kind of an angled pocket here. This is a double pocket that has two pockets. You can also make this into a side pocket. I do a lot of mini albums, custom orders for folks, and these are just loaded with pockets. People really like to have things that they can stick other things in. And I like to cross the two and sort of mix the mini album world with the junk journal world. I like pockets. And we do a lot of pockets inside of our journals, flips and tags and glue things that can be, where we can stick other things. Here's another kind of pocket. But sometimes we might want something a little more substantial, an actual one made out of cardstock on the front and the back. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you these two pockets. And then if you like this concept and you want some more ideas for different pockets that you can put on your covers, let me know in the comments below, and if enough people are interested, I'll do another video and show you a few more pockets. So let's do this one first. These are really easy to do. And the most important thing is knowing how to measure. So if you want your pocket to be, let's see, mine is 5 by 3. If you want your pocket to be 5 by 3, let's just go with that measurement. You have to determine whether or not it's going to be in landscape or portrait. Portrait would be this way if you want your pocket opening this way. For this one, we're going to do landscape. So what you need to do is add a 1/2 inch to 2 short sides and 1 long side. So when you're doing a landscape pocket, you're going to score on 2 shorts and 1 long, and you're going to add a 1/2 inch to 2 short sides and 1 long. That's the easiest way to figure that out. So let's do a 5 by 3. Actually, we're going to do 2 5 by 3s. So what we're going to cut is, if this is 5 inches and we're adding a 1/2 inch to each side, that's going to be 6 inches this way. And then this is 3 inches, but we need to add a 1/2 inch to the bottom. So we're going to do 6 by 3.5. This is 80-pound cardstock that I'm using. 3.5 by 6. We end up with 2 pieces because I'm using a 12 by 12, of course. And then this is the simple part. If you're, again, wanting to do a landscape pocket like this, you score 2 shorts, 1 long. 2 short sides, 1 long side at a 1/2 inch. So here's the long side at 1/2 inch. Flip it, 1 short side and 1 short side at 1/2 inch. And this part is your pocket, and this part is your flaps. So again, we're going to do 1 long at 1/2 inch and 2 shorts. This is the simplest pocket to make. And apply your double-sided tape. And I didn't invent any of these pockets. They're just pretty standard in the mini album world. Scissors here. And then what you want to do is right where you end up with a little box here. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, and you're going to cut. You're just going to miter your corners. I like to miter mine like this. So I cut the box off and left a little angle. So here I'll do another one. And it ends up like this. Okay? So I don't have a journal right now that I want to put this in. They're not at this stage yet, so I'll just save these for later. Fold in your flaps, and then you would just glue it down onto your cover, or tape it down to your cover. This one, if you want a second pocket, you can just, I have another one made over here. You can just put it on top like this, but what I like to do is tuck it in. It makes it look a little neater. So figure out for your second pocket, figure out how tall you want your second pocket to be, and let's just have this one be 2.5. This will be a little bit of a shorter pocket, or 2 3/4. 2 3/4. And draw a line across at 2 3/4. And then just kind of cut a little more off than the other one, starting at your score line. Okay, then this is what we have now. Oops, we don't need to fold that bottom one, sorry. So now you have, when you fold your sides in, it looks like this. And you can take it and just tuck it in just a little bit. Oops, I didn't cut enough off. There we go. So you do have to cut a little bit above your score line on the ends to accommodate this flap. Okay, so we'll pretend this is glued down. Your flaps are down on here, and you just stick it in. And now you have a pocket here and a pocket here. And that's basically what I did for this pocket here and a pocket here. And it looks really nice on the front cover of your journal. So that's a double pocket. Let's do this one. This is one of my favorite ones, and you're going to have to start with a square. You actually end up making 2 of these when you cut out. Okay, to make this pocket here, you need to first determine how high you want it to be. Mine is 4 inches high by 4 inches wide. This journal, by the way, the cover it's your standard, what a lot of people make, 6 by 8. So the pockets that I'm giving you will accommodate a 6 by 8 cover. So determine how high and how long you want it. It is easier to make it the same. So mine is 4 inches by 4 inches. So you need to cut a square that is 5 by 5 inches because you need to have a 1/2 inch flap on each end. 5 by 5. Then you're going to go and score all 4 sides at a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, do all 4 sides. Okay. The next thing we need to do is cut a square out of the center of this. I mean, not right now, but we need to cut a square that is the appropriate size because we're going to cut this out. So that involves a little bit of math too. This is 4 inches high. I want my pocket here to be 1 inch high. And I'm sorry if this is complicated, but math is math. So it's 4 inches high from the score line to the score line. My pocket is 1 inch, and we're going to cut 2, so 1 inch and 1 inch. That's 2 inches. So this center, that leaves us with 2 inches. So the center square is 2 by 2. I hope that makes sense. So we need to cut a piece that is 2 by 2. And what you do is you just put it on here, try to center it as best as you can, trace around it, and you're left with this square. Now what you want to do is cut this in half diagonally. This way. You're going to cut it like this. And the easiest way to do that, I've found, is put it in your cutter and your trimmer and make sure that the point is right where, both points are right where your blade is going to go. Like this. And cut it, and you're left with 2 triangles. So all that math, that's the complicated part. Now it becomes easy. We're just going to cut this out, this square part out. So now, starting to look like that pocket, right? Starting to look like it. Then we're going to put the tape on. And then just like the other one, this is the kind of Pockets 101. Whenever you end up with a square like this on your corner, that's where you're going to cut it off. So we're going to miter right there. So now you have this. And you'll notice when you fold your flaps, you have a little bit of an overhang. So you want to cut that off on both sides. This is what you have now. And there is your pocket. It's a little bit of a different size than the one I did here, but then you can just put it on the corner, and it just looks so nice with a journal card or a tag or something in the pocket, and it stays in there really nicely too. We have our angle pocket. Actually, we end up with 2 because we use a square and cut it. And then we have our double pocket. And both are ready to go for my next journal. And then you just cover them with scrapbook paper, and they look gorgeous. So if you want ideas for more pockets, let me know in the comments below, and I have a gazillion ideas for pockets. I could do a few more. You can really go crazy with these pockets and do some cool things. So I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.